Welcome back, Steve Adubato here. We're pleased to be joined by one of the most effective, significant, and relevant journalists in the state. She is Lilo Stainton, who is healthcare writer for NJ Spotlight. You can check her out and her colleagues every night on NJTV News with the partnership there. Lilo, so good for you to be with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve. That's quite an intro. I have to live up to that now.
Yeah, well, if people watch NJTV News, they'll know what I mean. Hey, Leo, do this for us. Big picture. This program
Yeah.
will be seen later after we're taping in mid-May. Describe the role of digital media in this age for people who are looking for relevant, legitimate, that they can trust information.
Yeah, I think it's become, Spotlight, it was sort of maybe ahead of the curve to be one of the early digital media folks. But, now it's clearly we're all doing this on laptops, from our homes in a different format. So I think it's become more relevant than any. I mean, obviously, Spotlight is different in that we publish once a day. We do more in-depth stuff, but it also gives you that ability to publish like that, which is so important in these times. We actually added, I will say, one adaptation we made was to add a second newsletter. We have a morning newsletter. We now added a night newsletter, which is just a really simple, just the facts, ma'am, kind of bullet points of the numbers of the day and stuff. And people have been really thankful for that. Just when you have a minute to finally breathe at the end of the day, you can sort of take it in and just digest a little bit. And I think, one of the hard parts is there is so much news right now and so much media that, people are over consuming in some sense. So you have to balance that, of course.
Leo, real quick, the website so people can go on it and get valuable information. Tell everyone what it is.
njspotlight.com, and it's NJ Spotlight, just as you would think, .com, light.com. And there's a coronavirus hub page there. Yes. Where we have some graphs and analysis and all kinds of stuff.
Lilo, do this for us. Yes, people can find out every night on NJTV News, Metro Focus, the day-to-day stuff, check out the networks. But what are some of the longer term, bigger picture issues as the fight for a vaccine, for more testing goes on? What are the longer term issues that an entity like yours, a media entity like yours, is focusing on, whether it's healthcare, education, energy? Please help us.
Yeah, well, all of those things have changed completely, as has, of course, the economy and what that means for the state budget. And, your viewers know all that. When it comes to healthcare, there's certain big picture issues that we're looking at that we can't sort of stop talking about. And that is, one of them is, what was the preparedness? I think, the Murphy administration really has to be commended for being out there every day, being accessible. But I think after 2 months of this, it's also there, when in the media, we're having a hard time getting the details that we need to be able to communicate to the public what these plans are actually about, right? So I think there's some questions for us, especially when it comes to long-term care. What is taking so long to get the resources there? Why are these things, why are these problems continuing for weeks and weeks and weeks? The governor's clearly aware of it. So I think we're going to be doing some digging into, what did or didn't happen there, what went wrong, how were we, those kinds of things. And, I can promise you my colleagues on the other beats are doing the same. So there's a lot of room for that kind of in-depth stuff as we get past that sort of immediate need to report, sort of the very critical daily pieces of information that people need to keep themselves safe and as happy as possible in these times.
John Mooney on the education front has been incredibly helpful to, as you've seen the interviews he's done with Brianna Vannozzi on NJTV News. For those of us who have school-age children, it isn't just whether they're going back face-to-face in a classroom in the fall. It's if they do, under what circumstances. If they don't, what does that mean? It has an impact not just on us as parents and our children, but also on the economy and going back to work. Lilo, just want to remind folks one more time, they can go on Spotlight and check out every day important information, not just what's going on every day, but I hate to say it, but I'll say it this way, beyond the headlines, what really matters and why we need to be thinking about those things. Lilo,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. Last words. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. Stay safe. Be well. Do your best.
Couldn't say it any better than that, Lilo. And by the way, check out Lilo and her team virtually every night on NJTV News, providing important insight, analysis, and putting things in perspective. Lilo, stay safe, be well. I'm Steve Adubato. I want to thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.
Think Tank with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, Hackensack Meridian Health, Seton Hall University, New Jersey Sharing Network, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, the Fidelco Group, Summit City MD, and by Kessler Foundation. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, and by AM 970 The Answer. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.